change lives. You know, we create possibilities. We get people into jobs, we reach people that other people don't reach. We start businesses where people have thought, is there a business there or not? We work with people who otherwise would go to loan sharks, who otherwise would be in major difficulties. We give people who've not learned at school, we give them opportunities to learn in a non-stigmatised environment. Young people who have had bad experiences, we give them great experiences. That's what Five Lamps is about.
But I just need that little bit of help more to get me where I need to be. And the Five Lamps are giving me this opportunity. Without them, I could have just gone back into cleaning.
And having worked with quite a few of the organisations over the past 2 years, I think the Five Lamps is the one that I tend to push a little bit if people are saying, oh, well, I'm thinking of doing this, right, bring this guy.
Initially you think, where on earth do I start? But with the help and guidance of the Five Lamps, the whole process was relatively easy.
They've helped me lots, and I don't know where I'd be actually. Probably still going back and forth to the job centre.
Well, I think it's that they're here for the people, that it's hung on. It always has been here for the people.
I think without the Five Lamps, I think there would be far less people given guidance. Hence, I would think there'd be a lot more people not in good, decent employment. I think there would be a lot of people that would miss out, really.
They make a remarkable contribution across our whole borough, and of course indeed much further afield than in Stockton. It's great to think that their roots are very firmly embedded in our borough because of the contribution they make there.
When times are tough, your lives can seem completely chaotic and distraught, and there doesn't seem to be a path through to the future. And I think organisations such as Five Lamps provide that path, whether it's about employability or getting somebody's finances back on track.
I can tell you numerous families that have actually made that big lifestyle change because of the organisations that have worked with them, that are now in employment, that have a much better lifestyle, a much better quality of life. And without organisations like the Five Lamps and others that work closely with them, that would never have happened.
It's given life back to the community, so we have buildings that were run down that were due to be closed, or they were just derelict wasteland, and we've been able to put buildings there that the community can use.
The one thing that stayed consistent throughout the time is that Five Lamps is very much the heart of the community, and it is here to work with the people who live in the local communities. And that hasn't changed. That's what was happening when I first started here.
What we've tried to do over time is we've tried to integrate these services. You know, it's very few places where can you go to a bank, for example, where you might get your first job, your first educational qualification? Where can you go along looking for a job and you might finish up with a loan that clears off a load of doorstep debt? Where can you come initially thinking about starting a business where your children might finish up on a foundation learning course? Integrated whole family services are a really compelling service offer.
I think we make a difference because we help every type of client. We you know, in my own particular project in financial inclusion, we help people that can't access mainstream finance, people that have had problems with doorstep lenders, or people that just have run up a lot of debts and they don't know which way to turn. We got into financial inclusion simply. I remember speaking to one of our regular customers who I said, isn't it about time you were getting yourself a job? You've done a whole lot of courses and you've been seeing people for a while. What's the problem? And he said, Graham, I can't sleep at night, my relationship's going down the tubes, I'm smoking and drinking too much, I can't feed the kids properly, I owe thousands of pounds to sort of doorstep lenders and worse. And I thought, hey, you know, that's a barrier that we haven't yet stripped away for people in terms of a barrier to employment. What can we do about it? A couple of years later, we managed to put together a case, went to the Northern Rock Foundation, got £80,000 worth of capital to do 200 loans, and this year, you know, we'll do nearly 11,000 and £4.3 million worth of lending. So from just one conversation, one little bit of need, look what's come out of that.
We see a real strong link between Five Lamps goals and in Northern Rock we understand customers and communities that are facing financial difficulty because we are, you know, dealing with that as a business on a day-to-day basis. And so we feel that we can really bring something to that partnership and that relationship. But secondly, what it provides is the opportunity for individuals working for Northern Rock, our colleagues, to actually use some of the skills that they've got, be it in IT, be it in strategy, business planning, operations, bring those skills to bear on a business problem, a business issue, a business opportunity that Five Lamps has, and in turn that enables colleagues to actually bring something back and take that learning back into the business and use that to the good advantage of Northern Rock.
Because I think there is an awful lot of financial exclusion out in the community. That's why I became involved with the credit union many years ago to help the financially excluded. But I think we are limited in what we can do, and the Five Lamps has more opportunities to be able to help more people in bigger ways, really.
I think there are a lot of people out there who don't understand finance fully, and there are a lot of unscrupulous lenders out there, i.e. doorstep lenders and loan sharks and people like that. And they don't take the necessary steps to check for affordability. They'll just lend people more and more money until the people are really, really overcommitted. Then the people are in the situation where they've got nowhere else to turn and they come to us. The answer from us isn't always to throw more money at it. The answer is sometimes to work with them, to write to the creditors, see if we can make arrangements, or sometimes we refer on to partner agencies such as CAB.
Well, I left school and then college never really appealed to me, and I didn't have a job, so I went to the job centre and they put me through to Connections, and Connections told me about the Foundation Learning Programme. So I went, had my induction there, started there, and I always wanted to do childcare, so they got me a interview induction for childcare. Went there and I found out it wasn't really my sort of thing. Didn't like it. Went back, told Malcolm, and he was like, right, well, there's a place on reception for your business admin. And at first I was quite wary because I never thought of doing anything like that. So then I started there, and now I'm really enjoying it.
On the evening times, where we run a youth service, like a youth club if you like, what I hope that the young people get out of it is fun and somewhere where they can access which values them, gives them an opportunity to come to somewhere that's nice, that is modern, that is clean, that has lots of things in there that they can take part in, has lots of projects and activities, and they want to come back then the following night.
They've set up on a Friday evening a special needs youth night. So it's the Friday night youthy. So anybody or any of the children and the whole family can actually go along and enjoy the experience of the youthy. So it's brilliant.
In the employability division, our task is to find, meet and greet people who are the furthest away from the labour market, to move them nearer to that labour market and hopefully to get them into work and then stay with them. The job isn't done because somebody meets us and then gets a job. That's the start of the process. So we have a number of customers really. One is the people that come in through the front door or that we meet in the community who are looking to get a job, hopefully, or if they're not, we'll convince them that maybe they should be. And the other customer is the employer.
As they've given me the confidence, and I want a bit more out of life. I didn't have that before because all I thought I could do was clean, work in a pub, and then maybe work in a call centre. But now they've given me that extra confidence. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to be over there. I want to be up here. I don't want to be down there anymore. I want to be up here. And I know that through them, I'm going to get up there. And when I do, God help everybody, because I'll be shouting it from the rooftops to say that I've got a job. I'll be on the website with this thing like this shouting, I've got a job, I've got a job. And the Five Lamps has made that possible for me.
A lot of the people who come to us are existing clients, but we are a major referral point from the job centre and many other agencies working with people who are hard to reach, so addictive behaviour, mental health, offenders. I think a lot of IAG or providers who help people who have barriers to overcome they talk about individualised action planning and personalised support. We do actually do that. So one size doesn't fit all. Everyone's got their own issues, and we look at the individual, map where they need to be and write an action plan up specifically around them. So no two action plans, like no two clients are ever the same, and we do truly actually work in an individualised way with clients. Our intensive support workers have a lot of knowledge and experience, so we can talk about the things that they want us to talk about. And that they will go away thinking, well, I've started now, I've made the first step to change in my life.
If I could ask every employer out there to say, we would help, even if it's with a work placement, we will help, then we could go to them and say, look, try this young person, see what they're like. Let's work together to get them on the foot of the ladder and move them in a positive direction.
Because I don't know qualifications, I get quite panicky when I'm in a room of people and I'm thinking, they're all using big words. And sometimes I get flustered because I know what I want to say, but it doesn't come out. So she said, why don't you try a computer course? Because when I worked at the call centres, I used to look along across the top of the computer, the toolbar, and think, well, what does that do? And what does that do? And everybody else seemed to know what they do. Even my boys knew what they do. And I thought, well, maybe it's time I dragged myself in the 21st century and learned.
What we're very good at, and what I know what we're very good at, is looking at what the individual's needs are and what's going to make a difference for them. We're good at getting people jobs, but we're also good at giving them the skills and the knowledge to get the next one themselves. And I suppose the long-term aim is effectively you're doing yourself out of a job. That's what it's all about, really.
As I'm learning, I'm going to get a job that I want out of it. I mean, I want to be in an office. I know I can do the computer work, but I just need that little bit of help more to get me where I need to be.
Well, the Five Lambs helped me set up my own business. Quite an unusual business, I think, for the Five Lambs to take care of, in that I run and own my own funeral service. So it's a little bit bigger than the Five Lambs would normally have taken on. So it was a challenge for me, and to a point it was a challenge for them. And without them, I wouldn't be stood here now.
But I'm certainly happy with the service that Five Lamps gives, and the kind of range of stuff, because I know they've been involved with us in the communities, what we call the Communities Fund activity, which is our employability work. But not only that, they're very much involved and went through a proper open tender process to secure the work on neighbourhood enterprise and community enterprise work, and that's just starting to pay benefits. And of course, in the current climate, I think that that training and that support for people in the community to start their own enterprise, to become self-employed, I think in the current climate, as we see more and more public sector shrinkage, those opportunities for private sector to come forward and create employment are very, very important. And I think that enterprise activity is one thing that I might be prepared to single Five Lamps out for.
Well, my business plan was a major part. I really needed help with my business plan. The written side of things, fine, no problem, could do that. Cash flow, no. I needed help with that. So they helped with helped me to do the cash flow. Well, they helped me to do the whole thing, really.
We went and seen the manager at Teesside Park, explained to him that we wanted to do it. He said that was fine, so we approached the Five Lamps, got a business plan and all that together. And basically we went from there. We all got together, got some fundings. And basically we set it up from help from the Five Lamps and the management at Teesside Park helped us set it together.
They've done us a business plan. They've talked to us, like put us on courses, just explained more stuff about having your own business and stuff like that, really, and just helped us on our way, haven't they?
We got the funding from Five Lamps, which effectively put us where we are now. Without that, we'd have just been plodding along for another year, again, trying to prove to the banks that we were making money each month. But yeah, I'm convinced that it was because of that we are where we're at. So it was quite good.
We work with 25,000 people a year. You know, 25,000 people who reach our services, 25,000 people who at some point in that year have a real need. You know, I want every single one of those people to have a positive interaction with Five Lamps, to address their issues, to go away feeling, whoa, that has added value for me. You know, I'm now able to, I understand that, I've sorted that, I'm looking for a job, I'm starting a business, I've got a loan, you know, I understand, I'm going for debt advice to CAB, I've been signposted effectively. These people know what they're doing. These people understand my issues and they've helped me. What a great organisation that is.